In March, 2 years ago, I set up TravellingK and I hit publish on my very first blog post. When I first started TravellingK, I kind of focused more on travel, but that kind of morphed into caravan lifestyle, and the videos I was doing at the start, I wasn't in them at all. I was firmly behind the camera, but I slowly stepped out from behind the camera and started recording myself, and that very first video is slightly awkward. It's had such a good response from those first few videos. I don't know, it just seemed the best way to progress. And also, talking about caravan lifestyle, you kind of need to be in front of the camera. You can't really just hide behind it. It doesn't really work so well. So today I thought I'd show you my video process. How do I make these videos? Well, first off is the camera I'm recording with. So that's my current camera setup, and I just have it on a basic lens. It's a Sony Nex 5R, and it's pretty old now. I'm thinking it might be 5 years old, and I thought I'd broken it recently, but I just had to replace the lens. I love this little flip screen. Unfortunately, the new versions don't seem to have it. It just means that I know when I'm in frame. I'm also using this light, and I'm using the light just because I'm in too much shadow today. It's just too sunny. And I have this little GoPro, which I don't actually use as much as I expected. I initially bought this GoPro for underwater filming. I just got my scuba diving certificate and wanted to capture some of the fish under the water. It's been handy for when I'm driving and I want to film at the same time. Because I'm a graphic designer, I use Adobe software all the time for work. So I learnt Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects for a job in the past, and I just carried on with it in YouTubing. So this is Premiere, and then I go into the footage and I start going through them one by one, and I click and then have around about 3 slow beats of each, and then that's the first one, and then I go to the next clip and I watch it.
You know, you've been somewhere too long when you start getting ants.
And I just...
You know, you've been somewhere too long when you start getting ants.
And then it's the next one. Sometimes I'll repeat.
So you know you've been in one spot too long when you start having an ant problem.
And quite a lot of times I'll record myself 2 or 3 times just in case I stuff up the first one and don't realise. Quite a lot of times I'll say a stupid word that doesn't make any sense and I won't notice till I'm editing. So that's what I do. I do that for all. I go through everything, and I'll end up with something that looks a little bit like this, and that's all the usable clips. And then I duplicate it and I'll have my first YouTube version, and this is when I start editing and playing around. So you can see I start layering it up. To try to keep people's interest, I edit it as much as possible, and on this one here you can see that I have another image on top of me talking, and then this one here I have the title on top of the image. I like having the graphics on top just to kind of show what I'm talking about. Sometimes I find when I try to make a story of every video, and a lot of times I feel like there is a part that I've missed talking about, something that kind of helps the viewer understand a little bit more. So if you see a little text on top of the video, that's probably me going, oh, I don't know if this makes sense. Then you want audio as well, but I've eventually found most people like it to be a certain, I make it -25 usually, around about, and then you can hear the audio, me talking on top of it.
Moving to that.
And then you'll find that, I'll show you this one here, the finished product. You'll find the audio is never long enough, so you end up having to repeat it, and this is another effect for transitions, constant power, which is a little more subtle with audio.
Lower than my feet.
And the audio on the videos, I use a website called Evanto, and I'll link that below. They have one free audio a month, and then once in a while they'll have deals, maybe 50% off some audio. So it's just kind of, I don't know, sometimes I just bite the bullet and buy an audio track and then just reuse it a lot. Once I'm happy with the video, I export it, I upload it onto YouTube. Each video needs its own thumbnail, so a lot of times I'll find a image I like in the video, a still I like in the video, and take a screen grab, and then I'll add the title copy on top of it. So there's the title and then my thumbnail. Thumbnails I make in Photoshop, and I just overlaid the title on top of a thumbnail still. So the back end of YouTube. So with YouTube you have the options of 3 generated thumbnails, or you can upload a specific thumbnail, which is the best way to go. And then you want to go all SEO and describe as much as possible with as many tags, and then you want to add an end screen so that if someone finishes watching the video they might want to carry on. So that's when you get the little thumbnail. And then people also recommend adding cards, and that's suggesting other videos. People say it's good to put it at the 2-minute mark, so a lot of people stop watching around then. And then I put them in if I reference an older video, just in case someone wants to look at that one. So a little bit more about my blog. I use WordPress to set it all up, and then I bought a theme again through Evanto. They have an area called Theme Forest, and you can find a look that you like, stand out from all the other blog posts out there. And this is my website. So every week I aim to do a blog post that has a video with it. The video is uploaded to YouTube, and then sometimes, a lot of the times, I'll modify that video to have a shorter version that will suit Facebook, and I'll also paste it on Facebook. Then if I have time, I'll make a pin of the blog post or video and upload that onto Pinterest. I try to do 3 photos a week on Instagram, but I must admit I've been a little lazy on that one. It's just, I don't know, there's too much to do. At the moment I am contracting as a graphic designer for 3 days a week, and then I try to only do TravellingK for 3 days a week, but it's just, I don't know where the time goes. I'm hoping to get to the point where I'll actually start making money with TravellingK, so if you have any ideas. And then I've started designing some products that are specifically for mobile homers. I've set up a Patreon account as well, so if you feel like helping in any way, I'd love if you would become a Patreon. I kind of think of Patreon as like Netflix. If you want to watch a video on Netflix, you have a monthly subscription. So in a way, if you like these videos and you want them to carry on, then consider maybe $1 a month. So that's it, that's how I make videos, and with a little bit more information about the blog post and social media side of things. Is this how you imagined it, or is it slightly different? I've got a few ideas coming up for videos, but is there anything you'd really like me to talk more about? Let me know in the comments below.